Okay, so we are going to talk about different layout strategies for your textile designs. We're going to take this rubber duck and we are going to turn him into all sorts of different structures and layouts for textile design. Okay, so remember that there are three main structures for textile designs, right? You have straight repeats, where everything is all gridded. You have a brick by row, where each row takes a half step off from the other rows. And you have a half drop, or a brick by column, where each column takes a half step off from the other columns, okay? But there are a variety of different layout strategies in among these overarching structures that you can use in order to mix up your textile designs and have a variety of layouts in your collections. Even if you have all half drops, right? You can still mix up the layout of your motifs in the single tile, the single repeats, in order to have an interesting repeat overall. Okay, so all of these, the straight repeats, the brick by row, and the half drop, they're all one-way repeats. The ducks are all facing the same direction. If you put them on a shirt or a bag or a rain jacket, you would definitely want the ducks to be facing up and in the right direction. Otherwise, it would feel like something was off with the garment. Okay, so you might consider to add some more interest to your collection or to make a more versatile design, doing a two-way design. Okay, so here we have a column of ducks going one way and a column of ducks going the other way. There's also four-way designs where the ducks or the motifs are organized, going on all four axes. And these are a great way to, you know, just add some visual interest to your pattern. Okay? There's also an option of essentially a no-way design or a tossed, where any direction you look at this pattern with could be the correct direction. Okay, so the motifs are tossed and turned in different directions, and you, beautiful designers, would probably have more than one motif in this pattern. Like I've just used ducks, which is fine. That's still a tossed pattern, but you would maybe have, other pool toys or whatnots in the pattern. Okay? Now, this tossed is a very, very packed tossed with all of the motifs really close together, or even, they might be touching in this. But there's also the option of giving all of your motifs more space and really spreading them out. So in any of the designs, the negative space between the motifs is definitely something to consider. Okay, please, just be thoughtful about the designs that you make. Let's, mix up the style of the motifs. Okay, so if in one pattern you have something more realistic, maybe in another pattern you have some, fun elements, or a more hand-drawn style, or a more graphic style. Okay, um, you should also pay attention to color, right? Maybe a new color is going to be exactly what you need. And when it comes to color, you should also consider the foreground and the background. Okay, so if we consider both of these patterns, even though the motifs, each of the ducks, are the same color, right? We have a light purple, a blue, an orange, and a dark purple in both of these patterns on either side. Um, Even though they are the same color, changing the background color affects which duck comes to the foreground, which duck is the most apparent, and which duck fades away, right? I would say on the purple side, right, that the orange duck is probably the most in the foreground and the purple ducks kind of fade away. And then on the orange side, I would say that the blue duck is the most apparent, but also the purple ducks have their moment over here, okay? The blue duck is pretty equal on both sides as far as like contrast goes. So all of those things are important to consider. If you have any questions about any of that, please let me know. This is supposed to just be a fun, light video to get you thinking about how to structure your patterns. Bye!